Hi Pisces, and welcome to your May 2021 General Tarot Forecast. This is Sky here to talk to you about the energies coming in for your sign in the month of May. It looks like it's going to be a beautiful month ahead for you. Congratulations, Pisces. I think you're going to have a nice amount of respite this month. What do we want to talk about for Pisces coming into May? As usual, I'll be putting together a few intuitive messages for you, and then we'll look at the week-to-week forecast and do an extended reading on Patreon. Let's see. Intuitive messages for Pisces. Jupiter is getting closer and closer to your sign. It's going to go in June and be there very briefly before it retrogrades back into Aquarius. So I think things are getting more and more positive leading up to that. Again, having Jupiter in Pisces is very benevolent. It's very nice. Jupiter is exalted in Pisces. So that's going to really help you out over the next year in 2022, especially, making that year a much more emotionally relevant, understandable year. And you can feel that coming in this month. You can get a little bit of a glimpse of what that might entail, and also a glimpse of the universality of your experience, okay, how connected you are to other people starts to prevail. Having emotional connections with others, understanding the shoes of other people, like being able to walk in other people's shoes, being able to see things from other people's perspectives. Your empathy has an increase this month, and in a positive way, in a way that helps you to maybe even release past trauma or to release misunderstanding from the past, because you understand other perspectives more, and you're not only held by your own perspective now. So that would be one of the difficult points of the month, if I had to find it, would be refusing to see things from other people's point of view. Sort of your way or the highway type of mentality, being really rigid in perspective would be difficult, because Jupiter in Aquarius and Jupiter in Pisces both ask us to take a more open view on even like difficult situations, like, what has been positive about it? What have I learned? What have I, maybe even through a difficult experience, how have I been motivated in a positive way? It's really important to find an optimistic tone this month to prepare to not make Jupiter in Pisces any type of like harsh emotional situation. Another intuitive message for this month is you've got to really not be undermined by poverty consciousness. So a feeling of lack, a feeling of not having enough, a feeling of difficult circumstance needs to be motivational instead of something that you feel like you can't fix. You have a lot of ability to make changes now and to change your circumstances if you want to. Though I think that it's really easy also for Pisces to feel bogged down or so deep into something that they feel like they can't move away from it, struggling with debt or struggling with something that makes you feel like you don't have a lot of autonomy. Could be coming up to specifically be transcended this month. So that's going to look different for every Pisces, but maybe there's a change in philosophy about cost of living, or a change in philosophy about where you live, or the things that you do to make money is coming up with 5 and 10 of Pentacles, okay? Actually kind of looking like maybe some bigger expenditures in May. Also with Ace of Cups reversed, the way that 5 of Pentacles reversed and 10 of Pentacles reversed, the art to me reminds me of Ace of Cups reversed. If you combine them both together, it's almost like a cup spilling out. So I'm going to go ahead and interpret that like some of you have some big expenditures, or are making some big payments to debt, or are seeing that your life is not being very considerate of money, or maybe there's a overly frivolous tendency. That's not going to be for all Pisces people. You can also interpret that with energy, as money and energy and time are on the same energetic wavelength. So you might be wasting time on something. You might be spilling out way too much time or energy into something that's not worth it. If you're a graphic design artist, for example, being in Photoshop and making such small tweaks to the overall image that it's not even noticeable, but maybe most of your time is going to like small tweaks instead of substantive tweaks. So you want to focus more on substantive things now instead of small, unseeable things, even though there's beauty in that very focused, fine-tuned, small edit. I will say it's not that perceivable right now to most people. So try to not waste your time on small details that won't be noticed anyway. There's a feeling of that type of thing, like you're spending most of your time, money on energy, or money or energy on something that's really not substantive. So if that is resonating for you, I think that the month of May is going to really show you a few experiences that maybe reform your priorities a little bit and what your standards are as well. Like, having that high demand of yourself to, really work on those small fine-tuned details, even if they're not noticed, is kind of commendable, but I think that you need more time on your hands. Okay. So try to not waste time in that way. Anyway, let's get into the week-to-week Pisces and see what else is coming up. So in the first week of May, you've got Temperance rooted down by Queen of Pentacles reversed. So you're balancing your, what we've just been talking about, like your diet, your nutrition, your time, your money, your energy. Queen of Pentacles is about very good intuitive balance of all of those earthy material concepts. And it is reversed. So Temperance is coming in to rebalance that, to change up your ideals a little bit when it comes to that stuff. Also with Temperance, it's been a very prevalent card this month. A lot of signs have had the Temperance card coming up. And I think that this month is going to basically be a month of Temperance, where we are really asked to balance our emotions and to not seek emotionally chaotic situations, to not lose control of our emotions, to not succumb to anger, sadness, grief, or idealism as well. And to really, on one hand, get real, but also get tranquil, okay? Also get calm, also get alkaline as well. Thinking of acidity, inflammation, too much fire energy, too much heat, that is the antithesis of this month. So for really fiery people, if you're like a Pisces that has a lot of fire in your chart or something, you want to really cool it down and tone it down and not get too, what do I want to say? Not get too overwhelmed or overburdened, or also too ambitious, okay? There's something about ambition being not helpful at this time for everyone. It's got to be kind of a realistic, balanced, and calm time to work with the energy well. And your first week is going to give you an experience, I think, because major arcana cards usually represent a memorable experience of some kind. So some type of experience that balances you. So like a spa experience, or some type of kinesiology, massage or chiropractic, acupuncture, something that rebalances the system is indicated in the first week. Week 2, you've got the Lovers reversed, rooted down by Ace of Cups reversed. Some of you have had a breakup. Some of you have also revolutionized your love, or what you consider love to be. So some of you might have before thought that love was just like two people, being attracted to each other and maybe having a relationship. Now you start to see that that's not necessarily love, that can be like the fulfillment of an addiction or a coping mechanism. And you're definitely, I think, upping your standard and making sure that what you find love to be is something that is real, balanced, authentic, and not addictive or for coping's sake. Also, you want to really, I want to say, like, piggyback off of the first week of May. You want to pull forth that balanced energy and not let any discord or emotional draining situations of the second week pull you down. That's why you're really called to get balanced and tranquil in the first week, so that you can just move through the second week and come out on the other side of it. It can be emotionally draining. You can hear that someone is going through a hard time. You can see that certain paths you had expected are not really coming through, but it's nothing bad. It's nothing wrong. It's just kind of like a test, I think. Week 3, okay, this is an important week for you. 5 of Pentacles reversed, rooted down by 10 of Pentacles reversed. Big change, big transformation in the material value of your life. You want to make sure that you are not overspending, overdoing, overworking, over anything, pushing too hard, straining yourself. That should have no space made for it in the third week. Sometimes, if you didn't really get out of that in April, as I think that April of 2021 gave this energy to every person, and if you didn't come past that or ascend from that in April, I think that some things might have to be taken off the plate, or some things might just have to be halted in the third week of May. Don't be afraid to halt something, especially if you know what it is that you need to halt. This could be anything. This could be like anything, You want to also, there are positives in both of those reversals. Reversed Five of Pentacles, the positive is you can really not avoid what can help you. Five of Pentacles in the upright has a portion to it that's about refusing help or refusing things that can help you. There's the warm short church window to the left, but they're not acknowledging it. They're choosing the cold road. So when it's reversed, you're willing to acknowledge what can help you, and that's helpful. And then with Ten of Pentacles reversed, you also have the ability to trust more in yourself. Ten of Pentacles is very ancestral. It's about the sort of status quo of your family and your career status quo as well. So when it's reversed, you're feeling unconventional. You're feeling like you want to do things differently. You're feeling like family standards or career standards are not really needing to be the basis of your life. Yes, it can represent less money. It can represent a pay cut, or it can represent something like that. But those are always blessings in disguise. Okay, try to not worry about that aspect of it. Think more along the lines of what abundance am I not accessing, even though I know it's there? What can I learn from my ancestry or my family, even if it's not harmonious? Like there's some kind of bigger significance to this dispute or to the role that they're playing in my life, even than this. Try to think along those lines. Week 4, you've got Two of Pentacles rooted down by Knight of Swords reversed. So by the 4th week of May, getting into Gemini season, you have a choice to make. You have some type of sort of mini crossroads coming up, but you are beyond the difficult experience. Like, what I love about Two of Pentacles is that behind that person is a very torrential waves, but they're not in the midst of it anymore. They've come out on the other side of that. So I think you've come out on the other side of anything too torrential. And I also think that you need a bit of time in stillness and a bit of time in peace. Again, keep looking to that temperance energy. Keep looking to that focus, calmness, tranquility. And don't get too caught up in decision making. I think that you know what you need to do. And there's no need to get hyper analytical and get into like analysis paralysis with things as well. As that's really possible. But Knight of Swords reversed is also saying slow things down a little bit. Don't feel like you've got to do all of this at once. Don't feel like you've got to make all these decisions at once. Like, it's okay on one hand to be decisive, but it's like either slow down and be okay with the way things are, or make the decision. Try to not get stuck in that in-between place of like analysis paralysis and like knowing that you need to do something but not doing it and getting upset at yourself. That's easy for Pisces. But the cool thing about May of 2021 is that it seems to really solve that for you, and you don't really have to keep going through that, it feels like. Anyway, Pisces, I'm going to wrap up on that note. It's a really beautiful month for you. It's kind of small. Like, there's nothing too crazy for anyone really in May, or for most people. There is not anything too wild, so it's kind of like a stilling time. It's a coexisting time. It's a truthful time. Okay, so enjoy that. Nothing crazy. Okay. Anyway, let's do your extended over on Patreon. For those of you who haven't checked it out, I do weekly forecasts and all these readings early, ad-free, and extended. And it's very reasonable. So I'll link that in the center of the screen and below. As always, your likes, comments, and subscribes here on YouTube make my day. And I will talk to you all soon. Much love. Bye.